Hola, alright, we are live. Hello YouTube, hello bandits. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you traded good. Sorry for the last minute. Decided to not trade today. Actually, it was just like in the morning. I know I talked about the market coming up a little bit last night, but I was just like, I'm gonna feel like going golfing. I'm gonna take my kids and go out. When you have this type of job, sometimes you just got to take advantage of doing that, or being able to do that. So I made an idea for kind of a plan this morning. Let's see how I did without trading it, without calling it. Just looking back, I threw it together really quickly. I think it's a good thing to do if you do have time anyway. And it's something that you should do as a trader. Maybe not if you're taking a day off. There's nothing wrong with being away from the market. But, well, it's something you should do if you're going to be trading. No matter what, just get in the habit of looking at charts, coming up with ideas, coming up with indicators, things that can help you put together a trading plan, and then review it at the end of the day. See why you thought you were right, why you thought you were wrong, maybe how it could have played out or how you could have executed on the trade, and if it would have played out the way that you the way that you called it. Could you have made money? Is there a way to make money, or is there something you need to edit in your strategies? So with that very quick thought, let's go ahead and take a look at what we did today. So I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you are here and you want to leave a like, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to subscribe, if you're not already, please do so. It does help the channel out immensely, and the more subscribers, the more it grows, the more content I'll be able to create, the more time I'll be able to put into doing this. So I appreciate all you guys' support. You guys are the best. Let's take a look at the calls we had today. The three names I threw up, though obviously just had to do it really quick. I needed to leave, and these three names have been ones that generally move and have paid the last couple of days. Tesla. We had Tesla. We can move this for now, although this play could still possibly be in effect later. A nice consolidation day, so let's see. Opened up low. All right, so what did I say? Tesla, if it can't get above 255 and hold early, look for a short setup and follow through short. First target would be 247.50 and then 242. If we can hold 255, look for Tesla to retrace higher into the 5-minute 200 around 260, then short for a scalp and let the charts tell you what to do next. So not knowing what the market was going to do early, that is what I said. The market opened up. Tesla opened up down here at $52. We very quickly made a run. I watched this out of the gate on my phone, and you had a beautiful pop right up above 55, consolidation right back into the floor trader pivot, 2-minute 200 below you, and you get a beautiful scalp for a move higher. Now, we did not initially get much follow through. What level did I say? 53, 52. So you did hit the 127. So if you use fibs or anything like that, you had a target there on your first leg up, consolidation into the 8 and move. I do hope you guys caught that. This is a move. I'm sure if CT was in there, I'm sure he called that one or hit that one. If you're in T3, I know some guys there probably caught it. Another thing to look at on this name, it didn't just run straight up to the upside. I didn't call, the all-day move was to the 5-minute 200, a little bit slower than I thought, and to 60. So we did actually come up to this level. So I want to talk about looking at this and what you'd want to see here. Not something I called, this isn't something that I said in the notes. This is something that I would talk about during the day usually, just to keep the notes short. But if you look at the chart here, what do you see along this double bottom? If you look left, this is just something to note if intraday you see this. We did sell off. We did come back in. I wasn't watching the market. I don't know why I did that. But what do you look when you look left? What do you see? We have our first bounce. We tag the 21. We come back into it. Well, you should be looking at your charts and know that this is a level where things have bounced at least 3 times, 4 times really, if you want to bump it up just a little bit. You know, previously. So you need to be paying attention on your charts. And if you see a double bottom set in like this, which is almost like a quadruple bottom, and then you retake, you start pushing up higher back through 55, and then we flag here, flagging above the 21. This is a beautiful long that can get you, you know, granted this takes a long time, it's like 1 in the afternoon, but as this starts setting up, this is where you can kind of begin to enter your trade or look for a trade to complete the plan that you had for the day if it's setting up. And the plan was to come into the bottom of this support basically by the end of the day, which was the 5-minute 200 when we opened. So into this quadruple bottom, same as what this would look like. So we did that. It didn't move, I guess, the way I would say is the easiest to trade. I don't know, just because I wasn't there. It does look like it could have been difficult, that you were in a tight range. As far as what I said goes, you did end up consolidating. You held a double bottom at 53. Probably should have, I definitely missed how I wrote that one, but definitely you held up. You came in, you flagged above 255. We consolidated, we went higher. So the idea, whether or not perfectly written, definitely I don't think it was, but I'd say the idea was right for the day for a move higher in Tesla, consolidation into this breakdown. So you can score that how you want, but that was the idea. Meta, I did not need to draw some of these things. Meta did nothing, perfect consolidation day. So opening at support, or right down here. So beautiful, you're at support, you're opening up. If you didn't see this, I mean, when I say opening at support, if it starts catching a bid, you know, and you see a big green bar like that, I'm usually gonna buy. That, or say, hey, like, hey, I'm in Meta. So you know, it did consolidate for a little bit. It would have held a pullback. If you bought a 1 minute or a 2 minute, it never broke lower than the first pullback. So, and then came up into the 1 minute 200. So there's definitely a play that you could have had there, and a play into 1568. So I said opening at support, if you break through 310, look for 307 and then 305.25. Other than that, I would use fibs and play the gap fill, talking about to the downside. So that's if we sold off at the open, what you needed to do. We obviously didn't sell off at the open. If we catch a bounce, look for 315, top out, come back down. If we catch a bounce, which we did, look for 315, 315.97, 316, I guess. Look for 316 is what hit. Then top out and come back down. If the market gets bid up, you might see 318. The market didn't get bid up, it chopped sideways. So you basically, the call for my perspective was you're opening up at support, look for a 5-point bounce at the open into 315. It went up to 316. Then let's see if it comes back down. If the market sells off, you're gonna sell off. If the market goes higher and rips, you're probably gonna come up into about 318. It looks like the market just went sideways. We opened pretty much near where we closed, which was kind of what I thought was going to happen today. So I picked today to golf. So we had an inside day the rest of the day. You tested multiple times. You can never break above that 16 level, 1580. 16 is that high, so can never get above it. Consolidated, and now tomorrow we'll have maybe some consolidation, or we'll have a move in either direction. Hopefully it doesn't gap way past it, but that was the idea. That was the look that I would say worked. If it got bid up at the open, look for 315. It got bid up at the open, 315. Look for it to come back down, top out and come down. So on this double top, as you came up here, like, there's no sell point at 315, so you just have another candle. Once you get this pullback, even at the double top, you never would have got stopped out. You could have shorted that for a few points to the downside if you wanted to. So I don't know how well you played that, but I am very happy with that call, actually, and the idea that I had, seeing the charts and then picking that bounce. So I'm happy with that one. I don't know, hopefully you guys did something with it. I wish I have done something with it, but it's good to just see that, like, what I was seeing happened. Good evening, Rebecca. It's good to just see that. Nvidia, the last one I called today, if you can't get above 440, which we did, if you cannot, so talking about the short first, just in case we had follow through because of the day, just in case you could not get below 440, look for an early sell off into 432. It's hard for me to see it not bounce there, but if you cut through and bear flag, look for 420. And on the flip side, I said if we pop, look for 453, then top out and short. And we did not quite get to 453, and the name did not bounce very much. Looking at volume at the level, I probably should have zoomed in on this a little bit more, but that might not have been there because that's from today. So I said 53. I don't know if that was a 5-minute 200, so definitely the target didn't hit. You did bounce at the open. We did come up. We came up in about 50 instead of 53, so I did miss 5-minute 200 slash this line is probably what I was looking at when I said that level, possibly even the top of this pullback and some other anchors. If you look to the left, there's a lot of sellers at 53, so I assumed if the market ripped, you would come up to here because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 good point of control at 53, between 52 and 53. That's where we broke out at. Here is 53, so 53 is kind of a key level in Nvidia, I think, and that was why I did that call. It was going to be near where the 5-minute 200 was, and a lot of previous whatever, but the market didn't seem like it actually ripped. You just got bid up. So if you went long at the open, you came up into some overhead, you consolidated. We came up to 51.18, so my target was off to the upside. It did not go that high, but you did get a bounce at the open instead of selling off. So if we pop, look 453, top out and short. There was no topping out and short. And one thing to note on these calls, or any calls that you do, especially like after the initial move at 2 in the afternoon, 12 in the afternoon, you have to take the market into consideration. So you're like, even for me, like if I look back at my plan and I'm like, oh, well, this, and this, and then it's this, and this, and then it's like, yeah, but the market's an inside market, and you look at the triple Qs and you're like, oh, well, we just double bottomed and we chopped around all day. And then you're like, yeah, but I thought Nvidia was going to go to this level, and my other trades did kind of the level that I wanted to, so I'm just going to stay long. It's like you got to take context into account when you're creating a plan. So not when you're creating a plan, but when you're acting on your plan. You have to take some context into account. What is this name doing with the market? How is the market doing? Is it strong? Is it weak? I don't remember. Did I talk about AMD on last night's show? No, I think I said 12 or 13. We actually came up to 15. This would have been one that actually got bought up that I should have done. If I would have had more time on a normal day, I think we would have done this one. I don't know that I would have called it up here. I probably would have said if the market rips. The market definitely didn't rip, so that would have been a qualifier that didn't happen. But now, look, AMD is interesting. I mean, it can still go lower because we'll see what happens here. I think this is so interesting. Now you hit the 61.8% retracement, and you had a double top there. So I would love to see this flag out and break down. But you're just still in this range. Like you're just going between 108 and 120 now, multiple times. I would say that's more of a let's say 116, 116 or so. 80, 116.50, 115.80 was a key pivot from the past that I still have drawn. But you're just kind of in that range. AMD, I'm going to watch that one. It's definitely one I did not call out, but one that was interesting today. We'll see. But yeah, context matters. Just gave those 3 names to try to help. And then on the Zoom call, I said that I thought that the market was going to be an inside day, that there was always a chance you would follow through. But I thought we were going to get a pop early and then a possible sell-off. The sell-off didn't come. We just consolidated, which I might have said that that's also a possibility. Microsoft looks hella weak. Microsoft looks like it wants 322, and Microsoft looks really weak. I mean, it could always reverse, I guess. It's the weekly level here. 27.03. We've bounced like 25. Microsoft, interesting. So I'm going to be watching Microsoft tomorrow. So all that being said, just wanted to do a quick one tonight, just to kind of really quickly go over the ideas, why I had them. We had two pretty decent down days. I thought we were due for pop, test higher to see where sellers are at, and consolidation. That happened. And so I think when you're seeing the market well, when you're, it's just something that there's nothing special about it. I don't think. I just think part of it takes practice, being able to do it, studying, doing it every day. I haven't been doing what I'm doing right now for 3 years, but when you've been trading, you start seeing patterns. So don't be lazy with your trading. Don't be lazy with your other stuff in the morning. Take a little bit of time. Don't rely on me. Don't rely on Geronimo. Don't rely on other people. It's good to use that, but have your own kind of plan and draw stuff out. And then as you start getting right, it's kind of like when you hit a good golf shot, or you're doing jiu-jitsu and you hit a good move or something, whatever else is going on. When you start doing that and you get that little bit of success doing it, it kind of feeds you to want to do it more. And the more you can do this on your own, which is the only reason I do this kind of shows, to kind of help and quasi-teach, if you will, other people to do it too. So if you're seeing this happen and you can predict it, then you will be a greater asset to me. You'll be a greater asset to the community. And you'll be a greater asset to yourself, because you'll be able to be profitable and understand what's happening, like in the overall market context, and put trade ideas together and then watch them take place and trust them, and you'll become better. In case you never know what's going to happen to an individual, you never know what's going to happen to a room, and you don't want to be reliant on somebody else. If you're going to do this as a job, you need to learn to kind of figure it out on your own and to get good at this on your own. So consolidated and went down to 159. It's interesting. It's actually at the bottom. And be comfortable with being wrong. I think that if I was giving a motivation or whatever, you just got to be comfortable with being wrong. It's like you're always going to be wrong. You're always going to lose in this game. And the nice thing about posting this stuff is, like, in a sense, I'm exposed, and it's very easy to be wrong. And so there's nothing wrong with that. And the more comfortable you get in that, then you start learning how to put risk management on, because you realize that you're wrong, that you're not always right. And as you learn risk management, as you put all that together, you can begin to, become a better and better, more dangerous, more well-rounded trader, instead of relying on any single individual. Because it's one of the worst things I think you can do, is be reliant on somebody else entirely. Well, that's what I've got. Leave a like if you want, share, subscribe, you can go back and watch it. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, I'll take them really quick, but if not, that's basically it. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm not going out. Yeah, it is by the Dipper. Looking over at the Zoom thing. You can always, or looking over at Discord. Link to Discord is in the description of the video if you guys want to watch. For whatever bots keep getting on, you suck. And I hate deleting your stuff, and I need to figure out how to stop people from posting. I know how to do some, but it's very annoying. Oh, alrighty, guys. I appreciate you all. I will see you tomorrow. We'll see what the market's doing. We'll see where it's at. Do we get another follow through? A little bit more digestion into next week? Are we going to sell off some more? Are we going to go back and see if at the top of the range wants to test again? Don't know. Have no idea. We'll find out tomorrow, and I do, Lord willing, plan on being here for it. Thanks, guys. You're the best, and I will see you all tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. or so, maybe a little bit sooner.